Bewley, Knopp, and Nixon was who he was with. In Whittier, California, right? I need to get you one of those First Lady ones, babe. USA. Does have a lot of national archives here, eh?
Mm-hmm.
46 million pages of documents. Where do you want to start? To the left and walk around, eh? Earth Day. We just missed Earth Day.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Judicial branch, Supreme Court, House of Representatives, Congress, and then the Senate. Right?
Yep.
And the executive branch, of course, the president.
It's kind of a nice layout, seeing where stuff is.
Of the Declaration of Independence. Then we have the Constitution. Starts "We the People." And then the Bill of Rights. And these are Bill of Rights. Freedom of religion, right to bear arms, is our Amendment 2. Amendment 4 is protection of unreasonable searches and seizures. Of course, excessive bail, fines, and punishments. Amendment 8. Other rights, powers not delegated to the federal government are reserved to the states. Okay. Clemente. Really, that's where their house is?
Huh. It's funny they built right by a train.
Yeah. That's where he lived after he resigned. Make love, not war. Yep. Greensboro sit-ins. Selma. That was the late 60s, early 70s, late 60s was really bad. Freedom Summer. President Johnson. It's funny that they've got all these other presidents starting off, you know, Kennedy's, Johnson's,
Yeah.
all of the preamble
Because
to
it said what it led up to.
what he
took
inherited, yeah. Tet
on.
Offensive,
Rolling on.
the assassinations of both Kennedys, resignation of Johnson, Vietnam War, all the riots and protests.
Nixon had a 1% lead in California. Nixon won it, but barely. And Illinois. And that Nixon.
From inflated rhetoric, promises marked and delivered. From mangled rhetoric that fans discontent to the hatred. From bombastic rhetoric that postures to desperation. We cannot learn from one another.
Yep, that's what he's saying.
So that our words can be heard. No man can be fully free while his neighbor is not. To go forward at all is to go forward together. This means black and white together as one nation.
Nixon's the one.
Defend the Constitution of the United States. And to that oath, I now add this sacred commitment. I shall consecrate my office, my energies, and all the wisdom I can summon to the cause of peace among nations. Let this message be heard by strong and weak alike.
About the Oval Office.
Okay.
This is decorated just the way it was when President Nixon was in office. And Mrs. Nixon did the design, and she chose the California colors of blue and gold that you see here. And for the first time, she wove the presidential seal into the carpet in color. It had been kind of embossed monochromatically before, but this is the first time it was woven in color. And it's very symbolic. The stars surrounding the seal, there are 50 of them, representing the 50 states. And then the number 13, referring to the 13 original colonies, are quite prevalent. First in the arrows, there's 13 arrows there, and 13 olive leaves, and of course they represent peace, and the arrows represent the president's duty to defend us against our enemies. Of course, the eagle represents the President of the United States. So again, 13 stripes in the shield, 13 little cloud puffs above the eagle's head, along with the 13 stars that are floating above. And then our national saying, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. So then President Nixon always displayed a portrait of George Washington. This is a replica of one of 3 that he rotated while he was in office. This one was painted when George Washington was 44 years old and commander of the Continental Army, the Revolutionary War. And also it was painted right before the Declaration of Independence was signed. So then over here we have a copy of a photograph that's called Earthrise. This was the first photograph of the Earth taken from Apollo 8 on Christmas Eve, 1968. That was right after Richard Nixon was elected for his first term as president. And then the desk. This is a replica of the desk that Mr. Nixon used both as vice president and president, and it's called the Wilson desk.
Oh, okay.
And he mistakenly thought it was named after Woodrow Wilson, but it wasn't because he came to the White House years before Woodrow Wilson was in office.
Oh.
So it had been purchased for use by the vice president in like 1897 thereabouts. And Mr. Nixon used it as vice president and then had it brought over to the Oval Office when he was president. And now it's back in the vice president's office.
Really?
Yeah.
So Vice President Harris is using it then,
Yes, we suppose.
suppose. And sit in the chair, babe. Can you sit in the chair?
Oh yes, it's important.
Be careful, because if you fall out. Where are you hiding on there, kids?
Wrong president.
That was kidding me, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not.
Now that you can go out, there's a docent out there who can talk to you about it.
And I will. In his private classes. Is that an original best wishes from Richard Nixon?
There's some gifts he would give away in his classes.
Yeah.
And that
Really?
was telling us what he planned to do to end the world. That was televised. And of course, the resignation speech was delivered
Yeah.
from
Oh, it was.
From here?
From this desk.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know that. And what is the other, like, I remember the name Trish Nixon, right?
This is Trisha.
Yeah.
She's the older girl, and Julie,
Julie, yes.
and Mrs. Nixon.
Okay.
And I think this was taken on Mother's Day in the Rose Garden. Here the president is escorting the First Lady to the Rose Garden for Trisha's wedding.
Oh,
That was,
okay.
53 years ago now. And I suppose this is down in San Clemente,
Yeah.
Yes.
by their home.
He liked
Wow.
And
Abraham.
Abraham Lincoln. So, flags of the armed forces. When Elvis Presley came to visit, this is where they stood. And that photograph that was taken of the two of them is the most requested photograph from the National Archives, even to this day.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a
Really?
big blow up of it in one of the next guys.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So the bird sculptures were a favorite of the Nixons. These were created by a sculptor in America on the East Coast, Edward Marshall Beam. And the Nixons loved them. They gave them as diplomatic gifts.
Clean, not like some of them seem like there's just stuff all over, but she kept it pretty simple.
Yes. Yeah. Residential area of the White House. And this is a casualty report from the Vietnam War.
And he kept those in the safe.
Oh, wow.
They were deposited in the safe every single day.
Mm.
This happens to be the one from the day he was inaugurated as president for the first time. He looked at it and was so disheartened by the numbers that he saw, he never looked at it again. He never looked at another one.
Cumulative from January 6th, almost 15,000 killed.
Oh, look at Viet Cong.
From
and
61,
like
31,000.
436,000.
Wow, that's just crazy. He looked at it when he was inaugurated and never looked at it again.
Right, and it gave him more determination than ever to get rid of them.
It was just,
Right.
yeah, it's crazy. And now they're friends, the Viet Cong. You know, you go over there and tour around, go in there to eat, and they're just, all this killing and money we spent to stop the flow of communism, and we lost the war, and so what? Now they're friends.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wars are horrid.
It's crazy.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, some of the Vietnamese now are the most friendly, smiling people you could ever meet.
No, maybe those are ones from South Vietnam.
Huh?
I go, maybe those are the ones from South Vietnam.
Well, I think
Look who
anywhere over
North
there.
Vietnam is next to.
Yeah, they're very welcoming when you're Westmoreland, of course. Crazy how our defense industry wants more and more money, more and more equipment, more and more war, you know? Kent State. Yep. Well, you think of how divisive we are now, but at one time, like during this era, it was just probably a lot worse. Yeah.
I share peace. I want peace as much as you do. I want to end it.
Silent majority.
Those brave young men.
Ehrlichman? I guess that's Ehrlichman. Looks like him. Look at all these papers. Now you could read all this. Approval was 81%. And yep.
Well, what's weird is the people, you know, like all
Yeah.
the hippies, they went against
Hippies.
the actual soldiers, like they could help it and they wanted to be there.
Those are the POWs.
Yeah, that's right. I think
Man. Prisoners of war. Coming home. That had to be something. Yeah. Or POW. Handmade flag. I was in prison in Hanoi. Yep. I remember these bracelets. Yeah, it's a never-ending cycle, it seems like. It's terrible. Power to the people. Space policy. Listening in space.
What's that?
He was talking to the Apollo
Oh,
astronauts on the moon, I guess. What was the Nixon doctrine? Peace through strength? No. Well, I'll agree with that statement. The United States cannot afford to send troops to defend every country. We haven't learned that, though. Legal pads.
At the end of friendship between the United States and China, but it was also a statement of where they disagreed.
We're standing by principled positions, but we can also show where we can make progress.
This marks the
Ping pong.
end of our stay in the People's Republic of China. We have been here a week.
Huh, gift to Nixon.
To change the world.
President Nixon called it the week that changed the world. Well, if anything, that turned out to be an understatement.
You have a relationship that is growing exponentially. It's meant a much broader, more solid relationship now.
Nixon provided a vision for peace.
In the plane?
Significant countries to participate. It was one of the fundamental events in modern diplomatic history.
One of the most stunning developments in foreign affairs that anyone in my generation has
Oops, I'm sorry, babe.
I have requested this television time tonight to announce a major development in our efforts to build a lasting peace in the world.
China was totally isolated from the world. It was equipped with orthodox communism.
The announcement I shall now read is being issued simultaneously in Peking and in the United States.
They had not had any significant diplomatic contact with China for over 20 years.
Premier Chilcot has extended an invitation to President Nixon to visit China. President Nixon has accepted the invitation for China.
I think Nixon's main audience was Vietnam. He believed that small
With the United States. They were very concerned about their northern neighbor, the Soviet Union. Those two were very close to war against each other.
what the Chinese needed badly were friends.
China is an unknown land. I've read about it all my life. It's a land of mystery, and the fact that we have had communication with it for 25 years builds up that mystery.
I've worked directly or indirectly for 8 presidents of both parties. I've never seen a president prepare so meticulously or so well for a summit as I did President Nixon in 1972.
You can cure cancer? Well, you can try. Hopefully one day. the king. War on drugs. I'm Elvis Presley and admire you. Great respect for you, your office. That's not good. Came back to bite him, didn't it? Recorders everywhere. This is part of it.
It's the most requested picture.
Probably because of Elvis and not Nixon, eh?
Yeah.
The most requested picture in the National Archives. That picture right there. Yep. Civil rights. That's not all he inherited. Sammy Davis. Desegregation. Yep.
Some things you just gotta fight through.
Yeah.
You know, there's some people.
I remember we were segregated until my senior year, and they had 2 black kids, and one of them was a girl was in my class. So all alone, we felt sorry for her and quickly befriended her. Quite different from what everybody expected. She became one of our friends. That's Brezhnev. Berlin Wall. Fancy dresses.
Yeah.
Pat Nixon's mother, the bride dress, the blue.
Man, happy 55th wedding anniversary.
Now that's something. David and Julie
David
Nixon.
Eisenhower, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't remember any of that.
His grandfather was like David Eisenhower. That's something to have 2 presidents. Julie Nixon's wedding gown. Pretty Irish setters. Richard Petty's car. Big Bird. Supreme Court appointments. He appointed Berger, Blackman, Howell, and Rehnquist. See Golda Meir and Sadat Hussein. I guess Anwar Sadat, not Hussein. She's quite a woman. That's what Pat Nixon wore in the '72 campaign. Man, county by county. That's the way they used to do it. Italians, Lithuanians, Germans, French, all for President Nixon. 4 more years. He won every state except for one. Looks like 96.6%. Western White House. San Clemente. Yeah.
Agnew was the VP both times. Agnew was his VP both times.
Yeah, and he had to resign because of a scandal.
Right, and that's when Ford, that's right.
And then Ford came in.
Yeah,
And Ford pardoned
yeah,
Nixon. It's funny, we've been to Ford's presidential library,
yeah.
been to Johnson's presidential library, right?
What did, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
When he was governor.
Yeah, when he was governor of Maryland. Road to resignation. Watergate timeline. Ellsberg leaked the Pentagon Papers. E. Howard Hunt. Yep. These are the plumbers. Pictures. Here's coordinating. Where the gate? Who erased the tape? Yeah, Rosemary Woods said she did it. Yeah, I can't believe that they're not taping now. Nixon was the last one. Huh. All these presidents started taping everything. They should be privileged and continue taping them. And this was the problem, the cover up. Yep. Doomed his presidency. "18 months in prison." Man.
I didn't like some of the people around Nixon.
Yeah.
I didn't want them
Now
to
they're
believe that Nixon did this.
really just
He actually participated.
wacko journalist.
Well, that's some stuff. That's Chuck Colson. That's Paul and Arctic when I wasn't sure what he was doing. But
chapter in political history.
That's the judge. Shrika.
What really happened for the war is that the system, and there's a triumph for the system. The press did its job. Took a great job. Judge who did his job. Then you had a great senator, who believed in the Constitution, so he did his job. And the Senate appointed a bipartisan committee.
Right. Then they got the tapes.
When the information started going in a certain direction, they put aside their reluctance and they asked for the impeachment investigation. All that was an impeachment was key Republicans voted for it as well. So the system worked. And the other element of the system was decided to rise one of the Chief Justice Patrick. There was the other justices. Nixon was counting on Berger to keep the court from ruling him.
They fired the special prosecutor.
Berger urged his other justices to make the decision unanimous to establish the principle that the president is not above the law, and that the Supreme Court saw it that way. That was no dissents. So the system functioned magnificently. It started with the judge who was activities as I watched others representing both sides, all parties, on both sides.
Then he resigned August 1974.
The best is au revoir. We'll see you
All these
again.
others. I became very proud of leader lawyers, honest, good lawyers, because they were there to serve the public. That's what they did. That's what they did. They didn't have ulterior motives. They were honest. I came away feeling much better, frankly, about our government. As always, and certainly. And the system of government.
The old must know it. Because the greatness comes, not when things go always good for you, but the greatness comes and you're really tested. When you take some knocks, some disappointments, when sadness comes. Because only if you've been in the deepest valley can you ever know how magnificent it is to be on the highest mountain. And so we leave with high hopes, in good spirit, and with deep humility, and with very much gratefulness in our heart. I can only say to each and every one of you, not only will we always remember you, not only will we always be grateful to you, but always you will be in our hearts, and you will be in our prayers. Thank you very much. Very good.
Students about the last time as President of the United States.
There were all crowd out there on the lawn, as you've done so many occasions before. I kind of raised my hand. I don't know whether it was a salute or a wave, but it was everything. And went in and sat down. Heard the engines whirl up. I closed my eyes.
sad moment for the Nixon family, an emotional moment. I heard Mrs. Nixon speaking to no one in particular. She said, "It's so sad. It's so sad." And so, Richard M. Nixon, 37th President of the United States, has left the White House for the last time as President and gone to California.
Right. He's back. This is their house. We went through the upstairs. Yep. Actually built that house around 1920.
Chief always used to say to us, "You've got to hate to lose," and that means that once you lose, then you fight back.
I always believed in making the big people. So I made the big people. We got along very well. There's a lot of
1943 picture. Pat Nixon. She was Orion. Catherine Pat Ryan.
Elmo pepper. Where they got Pat out of it. Oh,
No, she was a Catherine.
That's funny.
It's like a famous Catherine.
Oh,
Her dad named her Pat because of born on St. Patrick's Day. How about that? That was her name, but it's on her headstone, eh?
Yeah.
Well, up here it says Patricia.
She just started using it after her dad called her that.
She wasn't born to Pat. Okay. Attorney at law, yeah.
Striking, I heard. I asked her the date. She said, "Well, I'm very busy." And then I said to her, "I think we should go out all around on the prairies."
It's funny, he was an introvert, but he was also an effective speaker and debater. Yeah. Nothing about his military career when he was in the Navy.
He's
Papua
lucky
New
he didn't get
Guinea.
eaten by all the cannibals.
Yeah.
Biden's cousin or uncle or whoever.
He enlisted in the Navy, commissioned as an officer in 1942, so he was in World War II, really.
Yeah.
In the Navy. How about that? They were away for 3 years.
One night,
Rode each other every day.
we heard this lady to come in very well.
Better because mail deliveries were unpredictable.
So they'd get out of order.
Oh, and she saved
And look
them
at this.
all.
Yeah, now it's number 54 right there. I can find it there, 54. There he is.
I don't give the impression that when I applied for seating.
Risk all to gain all. Yeah.
Going up the line, but I agree.
Those who talked the loudest usually didn't have the cards.
Quote from Teddy Roosevelt. Bank of America. Ford. They called him the Chowder and Markin. Yep, Ike and Dick. Tournament of Roses. Yeah, this is really pretty complete, big museum. Yep, 53. And Khrushchev. Yep. Nixon Kennedy debate, September 1960. That was not good. He was sweating. And Kennedy was cool. But he came back.
Vice President Nixon and Senator Kennedy have used new means of communication to pioneer a new type of political debate.
Right.
The presidential candidates meet face-to-face in television debates.
Yeah, Charles de Gaulle and Churchill. Sitting room.
Lincoln sitting room, so taking notes, huh?
Taking it from Lincoln?
Well, just in Lincoln City.
Yeah, but that's...
He used to go to... Oh, you're saying that's what Lincoln used to do.
It was not a convergence of ideas.
Yeah, and then he... It's funny how he idolized Abraham Lincoln.
While we disagreed totally on ideology, we had one common concern, and that was the growing Soviet threat. It was essential that the United States moved out in the first round of China.
August 74, we resigned. Came back here.
I had one Peter Edwards come home.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, a stroke.
That's terrible.
Israel's efforts to prevent us to have the United States a fragment of Israel's neighbors.
Wow.
That's a nice picture. Patricia Nix Cox, the new granddaughter. Nice picture there too.
Because I just started guiding straight. Just to be in this room where Lincoln had been.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
David Frost interview.
Oh, that's what he said to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't do right, that's for sure.
We had demonstrations.
People shouldn't do bad things.
So under the circumstances, I knew it was necessary to address the nation. Very late night, it was 2 a.m. in the morning, the sun in New York.
Also, he left California in 1980 and moved back towards New York City, New Jersey, because that's where they ran.
I didn't know he'd moved back
Me neither.
to New York, New Jersey, because he missed his grandkids, eh?
Yeah.
A few months ago, he was asked in a television interview, how would you like to be remembered? He thought a moment and then he replied, I'd like to be remembered as one who made a difference. He said many times,
Well, some joy remaining in his life, right? Celebrate it with your grandkids.
The second half of the 20th century will be known as the age of Nixon. Strong, brave,
This is Pat's legacy.
unyielding in his convictions, living every day of his life to the hilt.
53rd wedding anniversary.
Whose influence will be timeless. That was Richard Nixon. So let us say goodbye to our gallant friend.
He stood on pinnacle that dissolved in the precipice. He achieved greatly.
Died 10 months after she died.
But he never gave up.
Yeah, that's terrible.
He envisaged a new international order
Oh.
that would give new hope to mankind. He was devoted to his country. He loved his country. And he considered service his honor.
I recall in a note.
a few months ago, he was asked in a television interview, how would you like to be remembered? He thought a moment and then he replied, I'd like to be remembered as one who made a difference. He said many times that unless a person has the goal, a new mountain to climb, his spirit to the very end. Today is a day for his family, his friends, and his nation to remember President Nixon's life in totality. May the day of judging President Nixon on anything less than his entire life and career come to a close.
I believe in American dream, because I have seen it come true in my own life. It's a long way from your Melinda to the White House. I have made that journey, and I want to see a country in which every young American can have the opportunity to make that journey. I
Clinton was president then, right?
Yeah.
Whenever they did this.
92 to 2000.
Look at his family home.
Sometimes we realize this hurt. It is sad to lose, but the greatest sadness is to travel through life without knowing either victory
Today,
or
I welcome you and paying final respects
At some of the low points in the past,
of Richard
I had been
Nixon.
sustained by recalling a note
Second half of the 20th
right
century
after Watergate first
will be
broke.
known as the age of Nixon.
It read,
Strong, brave, unafraid of controversy, unyielding in his convictions, living every day of his life to the hilt, the largest figure of our time, whose influence will be timeless. That was Richard Nixon.
So let us now say goodbye to our gallant friend.
One must wait until the
He stood on the pinnacle that dissolved into precipice.
I can look
He
back and
achieved
say,
greatly
that's a day
and he suffered
that's indeed inspiring.
but he never gave up. He envisaged a new international order that would give new hope to mankind. He was devoted to his family.
I believe in the American
He
dream,
loved his country,
because I have seen it come
and he
true.
considered service his honor.
It's a
A
long
few months
way
ago,
from
he
your
was asked in a
home
television
to my
interview,
house.
how would you like to be
I have made
remembered?
that journey.
He thought a moment and
I
then
want
he
to see a
replied,
country in which
I'd
every
like to be remembered
American
as one who made it
will have
happen.
the opportunity to make that
He
journey.
said many times that unless a person
I
has
have
a
your
goal,
dreams
a new mountain to climb,
as well.
his spirit will die.
You will suffer
Well,
disappointments in life.
Based on our last phone
And
conversation and the letter he wrote me
sometimes you will
just
be very
a month
discouraged.
ago, I can say
It is
that
sad to
his spirit
lose,
was very much
but
alive
the
to
greatest
the very
sadness
end.
is to travel
Today
through
is a
life
day for his family,
without
his
knowing
friends, and his
either
nation
victory or
to remember President Nixon's life in totality.
At some of the low points in the past,
May the day of judging
I have
President
been
Nixon
sustained by
on
recalling a
anything
note
less than his entire
right
life
after Watergate first broke.
come to a close.
And it read, I am hurt, but I am not slain. I shall lay me down and bleed a while. I shall rise, fight again. That's the story of my life.
Wow.
2,000 years ago, the philosophically wrote, one must wait until the year to see how struggling the day has been. I can look back and say that the day has indeed been smiling.
Down to all the flags where we came in. I didn't remember seeing all the flags coming in. I didn't recognize them as much as I do now.
I'm gonna use this.
Okay, we've had our fried chicken. We got us a little pet bird up there on our top of our car going back and forth. And he likes our windshield. And he likes our mirrors. Let's see what it'll do now. He's been out here for several minutes playing on the car. Let's see if I can entice him to get back on the mirror. Look at him. Good sized little bird. Pecking away at everything. Let me come around. See if he'll get back on the windshield. He's going up and down on the windshield. I don't know what his problem is. Then he was attacking the mirror back and forth. Probably too far away now. What are you doing, birdie? Hmm? Watch him. Now he's pecking on the windshield. Get over here and attack the other mirror. Is he seeing the shadow? His image? Now he's going to attack the mirror. Look at him. Can't get the mirror to focus right. Back and forth. Pooping on my mirror. Watch him. Oops. Watch him attack the mirror. Tagging the mirror. See the birds? Pushing back and forth.